Yesterday, I got fired from a company I've been a
Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about a lot of people being fired from their jobs. So I've put the stitches together so that you watch. I'll be back to share my true sense.
Yesterday, I got fired from a company I've been a contracted employee for 4 years, and I'm okay with it. And I want to talk about why. Um, I stopped getting raises after like 1.5 years, but they continually asked more of me and more of me and more of me and stopped valuing my work at all. To the point where they would belittle me anytime I asked a question or talked about why I did something a certain way. Um, in the beginning, I was asked to make 5 to 15 clips of content, and usually ended up being like 9. And the last job I did for them without getting paid more, like I got paid more than the original videos I did, but after 1.5 years, I stopped getting raises, and that's when they really started asking for way, way, way more. I kid you not, I turned in 70 clips or around that number, and that's what they expected of me. And they didn't treat me right. And so I stopped putting my everything into the work because they weren't valuing the work that I was giving. And so this is me just telling you that it's okay to say no and to let go, because the reason why I got let go, I'm 100% sure of it, is because they felt like I wasn't willing to just give my everything to every single project when they weren't willing to value it. So I would give what they were paying me, the value they were paying me, if that makes sense. And so I naturally, it didn't align anymore. They didn't feel like the work I was putting in, like they didn't want to pay for it anymore because they weren't valuing it. So this is me telling you that it's okay to say no. It's okay to set boundaries. I also just had to say no to a project because the lead in a feature film because I have a vacation planned with my family. Now that wasn't mistreatment or anything like that. I just had to say no to that opportunity because it just didn't work out with my priorities at the time. And anyway, it's okay to say no and value yourself. And what's meant for you will come to you, and what's not meant for you will pass you by. And this job that I've been doing for 4 years no longer fit because I naturally set boundaries and they weren't willing to keep them. And if you're not being valued somewhere, someone will value you, and your work matters and it has worth. And so that's why I'm okay. I'm okay that I got let go, because other places value the work that I put in and they compensate me fairly in that way. So if that's you, also think about setting some boundaries in your life, because I'm so relieved. I'm actually so relieved I don't work for this company anymore, because every single time that I did any job for them, they complained no matter how much work I put into it. So I stopped putting so much work into it because they weren't paying me fairly and they weren't treating me kindly, and they would always have something negative to say. And so I was like, okay, I will put what you're valuing into this, and we'll see how this partnership continues. And, finally, it was time to end the partnership. And I'm just thankful I set those boundaries. Also, this is a message to, employers. If you have noticed someone's work quality going down or not as much effort being put in, and it's been a really long time, and they've asked, and talked to you about issues they've seen or ways that they would like to improve the workplace relationship, that's probably why, So, yeah, maybe just think about that. Also, I feel like it's kind of like a leveling up. Like I feel like it's like a point of maturity to be okay with it, because
I am honestly at a loss for words on what is going on right now, but I feel like this is something I definitely need to talk to you guys about, because I will always stand up for what I believe in. Right off the bat, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the title on this video has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm gonna talk about. If you don't know what's going on in Los Angeles right now, I need you guys to educate yourself. What's happening in Los Angeles should terrify anybody who cares about civil rights. People are peacefully protesting ICE raids and state violence, and now the military is patrolling our streets without our governor's approval. People are peacefully protesting and standing up against the aggressive ICE raids that have been taking place, that especially are targeting immigrant workers. And even people who aren't immigrants, they don't care. Trump federalized over 4,000 National Guard troops and some of the Marines. He didn't ask Governor Newsom, he just took over. This has not happened since 1965. Let me clarify. This hasn't happened where the president has deployed the National Guard without the governor's approval. Under Title 10, the president can deploy troops to protect federal property. But the troops aren't doing that. With them and the escalation from the police, things are crazy. They are near the protest zones, gassing protesters, using rubber bullets on protesters, and even against people in the media. What the fuck is going on? This isn't support, this is suppression. Now California is suing, as we should, because this is unconstitutional. What is happening is unconstitutional. And guys, this is bigger than LA. This affects everyone. This is about if we are gonna allow the federal government to silence protesters, bypass state leaders, and use military force on American soil against Americans. If you care about democracy, pay attention. Pay attention to what is going on right now. Speak up and support the people that are rising up against what is going on. And if you are protesting, please be so careful. This will forever, my account will forever be an anti-Trump page, okay? You guys need to seriously wake up to what the fuck is going on.
I just got fired, and it's probably the funniest, quickest thing I've ever had to go through. It was over, I think, in less than 2 minutes. I'm like replaying what happened in my head, and I was so caught off guard. I was asking her, like, okay, like, what do I do with my stuff? Like, with the people I've been talking to, with the business, like, what do I do? She was like, oh, no, just leave everything there. Like, HR will send you an email with next steps, and now you get to go outside and enjoy the beautiful day. Like, thank you. Like, it's the lack of empathy, and it's just like, it just didn't even matter. I didn't even matter. That didn't matter. So yeah, this is your reminder that you are so replaceable, and your job does not really care about you at all, and you will be let go like that. So I'm so done. I'm done with corporate. I'm so over it. I'm unemployed, but at least I'm happy, and I'm going to figure out what I want to do, because I know it wasn't that, and I know it's not corporate, and I'm gonna figure it out. I can't do it anymore. I'm officially retired from corporate. Yay.
Y'all, listen. Alright, I'm back. Look, why I just lost my damn job, y'all, for real. That shit crazy. But you know what the crazy part about it was? I already knew something in my spirit. And no, I did not get fired by myself. The program ended. So it wasn't just me. But why everybody on the call was either a minority or a woman. So you know what? I ain't even tripping. But this is what got me though. This is how the Lord works. Back in January, I already had a feeling, because this is my second year with the company, but I've worked with the company before. So anyways, January, someone was like, all right, you coming up on year 2. You know how these companies be companying, so watch your back, aka look for something else. So that's exactly what I did. A blessing stumbled in my grace, and I took up on the opportunity 2 weeks ago. So mind you, for 2 weeks, I've been having 2 jobs. So Wednesday comes, and mind you, today is Friday. Wednesday comes, and I get this anxiety out of nowhere. I'm like, why is it I'm having anxiety, but specifically like work-related anxiety, right? So I'm like, I don't know what it is. Just let it go. Yesterday, which was Thursday, I get an email, and it's about 6 of us attached to the email, and it's like, blank work update. So At this point, I got anxiety for real. I'm thinking, I'm like, damn, this probably something bad because I done been through this before, y'all. I done been through this. So I'm like, I think this is going to be like, I'm about to lose my job. Like, I just feel it in my spirit. 12 o'clock comes, I get on this call, and this is exactly what it is. The HR lady on the line, too, and I'm just like, damn. So, make a long story short, it was like, yeah, y'all last day, March 31st, and I'm just like, okay. So, because the spirit had already told me, I was already kind of prepared, but I am still grieving, y'all. Like, I'm grieving because I'm losing a stream of income. This job was so easy and so, like, it took me 2 hours to complete the job. And mind you, I'm working 40 hours a week, and it's a work from home job. So, the perfect job, y'all. The perfect job. But I said I was just to say, everything in life is a constant change. You can't prevent it, but that don't mean it don't hurt when it happens. And I'm just sending love to anybody out there that is dealing with loss, dealing with grief. Bigger and better is coming. And trust your instincts, listen to your gut, and don't live paycheck to paycheck. Well, try not to anyway, because y'all, I just bought a house and I'm married. I have a kid. I got a lot of shit going on. And my money go to a lot of different places. And losing a one stream of income, yeah, it's like, damn, but it's time to take my show on the road. It's time to do something else. But I'm just like, damn, y'all, I can't believe this shit. How you get fired on your day off, Craig?
That's a video, guys. I'm just here also to share my 2 cents, like what I think about today's video. A lot of people have been fired from their jobs. So it always starts the same. We value you. You have been such a great asset, but unfortunately, and then comes a blow. Your position has been eliminated. No warning, no heads up, just a performance review last week where everything was great and now unemployed. Let's call it what it is: corporate betrayal. These companies will smile at your face and let you decorate your desk like your second home, only to turn around and kick you out within 2 weeks. Severance in the card box. And you know what hurts even more? Sometimes people who should have been let go stay. The ones who play office politics, who barely work but talk a big game. Meanwhile, the real grinders, the ones who keep the team afloat, they get pushed out. They say it's just business. But what's really mean is you cost too much. Or we outsourced your job. Or we found someone cheaper. And they dress it up in professional language so you can't even mind it. So just left stunned, trying to understand what really happened. The truth is, mass layoffs are happening in waves every industry, every country, and people are suffering silently. They feel ashamed, like they did nothing, okay, like they did something wrong, but you did not. For true, this is a sick system, a system that puts profit above people, that celebrate growth while laying off thousands. I know someone watching this right now have been laid off recently. I want you to know you still vulnerable. You still have the skill. Don't let them crush your spirit. Take your love back. Take your heart back. Learn something new. Reinvent yourself, and don't give these companies your pace. So I think we get too comfortable when you start working for these companies because you feel like you're settled. Okay, you have a job. I know everyone feels like that, but this should not be the case. I think we need to learn from these videos from the social media where people are just being laid off for no reason, because people, they put everything in these jobs and they become with it, like they come out with nothing, drained, burnout. It just deals with their emotional, like the emotions, very very much, because I've seen a lot of people who have lost themselves, like after the layoff they don't even know what to do, they don't know where to go, because even the job market itself is just cooked. I've seen a lot of videos on TikTok where people come, they've been applying for thousands of jobs, 100 jobs, 200 jobs, but they have not found any. Just imagine, now you imagine yourself like you're being laid off, now you start again afresh to start looking for a job. I've seen people going company by company, dropping physically their CVs, but they're not finding any job at this point. Like others have said, no one has ever called them back. They're just waiting, but no response. They're failing to find jobs. So, like, the job market now is very, very hard because, again, we're introduced to AI, like the artificial intelligence. which do a lot of work. They do a lot of labor without maybe getting paid, and the company make a lot of profit because they just buy these things at once. Then now they can pay, and you know they don't have to pay like a person every month. They keep all the money which they make to themselves. So I think the companies are most the selfish people in this world, because they only think on them, like they're just on the eye perspective, which is not really fair for the workers who work for these companies, because they need food to eat, they need food to put on the table. So if everyone is laying off, then what are the people going to do now? Where are they going to run to? Because it's this is crazy. Like, I don't know, and it breaks my heart. Seeing a lot of people coming crying on TikTok saying my job has been eliminated. And no one can help you in this economy. Everyone has their own problems. Everyone has their own mortgage which they're paying, and other people are paying for these mortgages for the rest of their lives. Some of these people, they have student loans which they're supposed to pay, and you're going on just laying people without even thinking. That's really painful, and this is really, really bad. I think companies should change. This is what I am thinking, but in the system itself, it's kind of crazy because people are not protected, their jobs are not protected. Okay, so I've seen a lot of work again nurses leaving their jobs, they've been laid off. Now, not any job is not safe. Just know if you have a job, anything can happen. So just start putting in your mind, like feed that, because oh my god, once it happens to you and you don't expect it, it will hit bad, and you feel like you're frustrated, you feel like depressed, and it will be kind of hard to accept. So while you're working, keep looking around in case anything happens, you're able to get that chance, and you go. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate. I'm gonna see you in my next episode. Bye.